Let's talk a minute about what a real estate coach is. It's a new concept, probably a new term to you. For the most part, a real estate coach is somebody that goes through the profession and coaches real estate agents and brokerages on how to be successful and how to help other people and how the process actually works and how to convey that to the consumer. Unfortunately, not a lot of the real estate agents go through and take that. So as we've mentioned before, they're kind of on a earn and learn type of schooling, which isn't really fair to the home buyers and home sellers that are out there if you happen to be represented by one of these. So getting off track here, back to what a real estate coach really is. And what you're looking for in a real estate coach is somebody that's a mentor, somebody that you can trust and somebody that you can learn from and ask questions. Somebody that will guide you along the way and help you overcome the obstacles and the problems and the turbulence that might come up, right? It's like a flight from California to New York. Along that flight there might be turbulence, but it doesn't have to stop the flight. The pilot knows what he's doing. He knows how to get through the turbulence. That's what you're looking for in a real estate coach. A real estate coach is also going to obviously serve as a leader. Somebody that you can follow through this process and know and trust that they're going to help you get to where it is you want to get to. And in this, it's to buy your dream home. Perhaps it's your next home. Perhaps it's your first home. And you probably have a house to sell. And if you're selling that house, you're going to need help and coaching with that too, right? So you're putting that knowledge to work for you in a real estate coach. It's also going to help you achieve this stuff faster and much easier with less stress, right? Because you have somebody in your corner that already knows what's going on. There's not a learning curve there that has to take place. Now, as your real estate coach, my job is in helping you get the home loan, helping you get through the application process and get that completed right, get the documentation in that's needed, to be your loan representative and help you find the best program that works for you in your scenario. And if there's anything wrong with the credit, to help you put a plan together, an action plan if you will, to get that credit spruced up and get you to the point to where you can qualify for that home loan. As your loan representative, I'm going to put together the pre-qualification letter for you, or if you want to go through the pre-approval process first, the pre-approval letter. And that letter will tell the seller that as a buyer, you're ready, you're committed. You have gone through the process, you've talked to a lender, and you're ready to buy the house. You're qualified to buy that house. And with that, I help you get to the quick closing so that you can be in your new home as quickly as possible. I also work with the rest of the team to, if you're in a situation where you're selling and buying, to time that, as we talked about in the other modules. So I'm used to that. It's something that's very easy when you have the right team and you have the communication. And in regards to the right team, I've talked about the modules of stacking the team, and you probably have a great idea of what that is. But when I'm helping us stack the team, I'm making sure that I put you in contact with a great agent, somebody that's knowledgeable, knows the area that you're wanting to buy in, and can get you through the process as quickly and easily as possible. We're also going to make sure that when you're doing the home inspections, that you're using a home inspector that's licensed. Same thing with the termite. You want to make sure these professionals, these contractors are licensed, right? You're letting them be your eyes and your advisors on things that you're looking for problems on a house, or you're looking for the security of knowing that the house you're buying is good. You want to make sure that those people are properly licensed and they know what they're talking about. The other thing that we have on that is the title and escrow companies that come into play to make sure that the seller owns the property he's selling to, that all the paperwork's done correctly, that the exchange of money and property and title and deeds is going on right. You want to make sure that's a professional and also a licensed companies that you're dealing with on there. As your real estate coach, I'm also going to be there to offer the guidance the whole way, from start to finish. I'm here whether you're buying or selling or buying and selling. I'm here as your real estate coach. I'm here through the whole process, start to finish. I'm also here to answer your questions and I answer them quickly. If you shoot me a text message, it's almost live. I mean, obviously it depends on if I'm with another client and what's going on. But when I get a text message, right, we all do, we look at it. And when I know, hey, this person has this question, they need my help, they need an answer on this, I do the best that I can do to respond to that very quickly. With emails, somebody more comfortable with maybe making a whole list of questions, and they'll sit down and type out an email and send an email off. I go through and try and respond to my emails 2 to 3 times a day. Sometimes more. Again, it just depends, you know, how the day goes. It just depends on how it is there. I also take the time to get weekly phone calls with you. And in these weekly phone calls, what we're doing is might ask you some questions for some more clarity and give you the opportunity to ask me questions. So there's a question and answer session that goes on. I'm going to give you updates of where everybody is at in the process, right? Where you're at with the escrow and the title, and perhaps this is how the appraisal is coming along and when we expect to have that. We'll also go through and set up strategies. If something needs to take place, something needs to happen, you may have a question with repairs that you put in a request for and you haven't heard anything back from the seller. I'll help you strategize on that. We'll go through it, we'll get it figured out. And the whole idea with everything else that I've taught you here, I want to see you win. And so as your real estate coach, I'm going to set you up for success. Thanks again for tuning in.